Welcome back, everyone. How do you balance work and your personal life? It's not always easily just juggling family and your boss. Why not approach life just a little bit differently? Well, Libby Gill is the author of Traveling Hopefully, How to Lose Your Family Baggage and Jumpstart Your Life. There's the book. And she's a life coach in the DVD also called Coach Yourself to Success. Now, Libby joins us this morning with some advice that can also be seen in the Dallas Morning News Monday Solutions section each and every week. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, now you live in California, right? But now you're a columnist for the Dallas Morning News. And I'm curious, as a life coach, do you hear this dilemma often that people are just confused and don't know what to do?
All the time. Our lives are so overwhelming. There's just so much stuff coming at us from all directions. So as a coach, what I try to do is get people to really look at what's important. And it sounds so obvious, but you take that abstract concept, if you apply some simple practical steps, you can sort of bring it down to earth and apply it to your own life.
Is this different than therapy?
Yes, it is different than therapy. Yeah, coaching is completely different. Therapy is really looking back at the old wounds of the past, and coaching is about taking action. It's where you are today, what's important to you, what's not, and let's rebalance all of that and move forward.
Why is it such a challenge for people to do this?
It's just hard. It's those things that are common sense, but they're not common practice, which is why people seek out a coach to help them really kind of drill down, because you'd think, do I have a real definition of success? I mean, that's where I have people start. But you think you would have that, but most people don't really know where to put their time and attention. They haven't really thought that through.
I think people get confused because they don't know how to say no. No's a really, I think no is a wonderful thing to learn, and I'm still learning it, and it's a powerful tool.
Yes, it is. Because we're so, especially women, and I don't mean to be sexist, but women are really bred to be nurturers, and we're so used to, we'll do it all at the office, we'll do it all at home, we'll take care of the neighbors, we'll take care of all the committees we're on, and then at the end of the day, people are just exhausted.
Okay, we've talked a little bit in broad terms now. Let's talk about solutions.
Okay.
And I think we have some things that we want to say here about solutions. Number one, create a personal definition of success. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that you need to look at where you want to focus your time, your attention, and your energy, and how much you want to put on each one. Is it family? Is it work? Is it fun? Is it fitness? Is it your own health? Is it adventure, your finances? And I have a tool on my website actually called the Life Wheel that helps you really take a snapshot of your life and figure out how satisfied you are in each of those areas.
You know, there is a balance, Libby. I look at these things, and just the number of things you just mentioned. If you're going to take out fitness or health, you're going to get way out of whack.
That's a bad thing to take off the list.
If you're going to ignore your children because you're going to overwork out, you're going to be out of whack. Isn't it a balance in a sense?
It's a really fine balance, and it's not easy to do, and that's why people often need a sounding board. They need somebody to look at that with them, which is what I do. The sounding board is you, because you're a life coach. That's exactly what I do.
By the way, you're the first life coach I've ever met. I kind of like this. Okay, the second thing is identify blocks and baggage holding you back. What do you mean?
Well, sometimes what's holding you back from getting the job you want or a promotion at work is maybe lack of training or education. You can go out and figure that out, how to do that, and sometimes these are self-imposed limitations. It's a lack of confidence or fear or doubts. But once you really look at that and think about, you know, well, I can't do that. I work with people about increasing wealth a lot, and they'll say, you know, people who are in business for themselves, entrepreneurs, I can't charge that. I can't ask for that. And I said, well, yes, you can.
Yes,
Let's try it out and see how it goes.
You know, just as difficult as no is sometimes, yes.
Exactly.
You got to say yes.
Right. But they're usually, the only thing holding them back is themselves. And it seems so obvious, but they have to be coached through that process. Go out and say this, and let's see what happens.
I think people have trouble also identifying those things for them. You can put it into terms, like a therapist or a life coach, where they just can't put it in terms. There's a third thing I think we're talking about. Develop a written step-by-step plan to overcome the obstacles and create the balance that you want. A lot of people have trouble writing things down.
Right, they do. And it's also, we've all heard that goal setting, and that's when people's eyes sort of glaze over. But what I try to get people to do is look at their goals in two ways. First of all, set a goal that you're truly passionate about. Not that the world is saying is a really good thing, but that's meaningful to you. And also something that's within your power to accomplish. Because people are forever saying, well, I want to do this. Things that are so out in the air, they can't make it happen.
I want to play for the Cowboys. It will never happen.
Right. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a professional ballerina. You know, whatever your fantasy is. I have a column coming up about mourning those everyday losses, dreams that are gone. Let it go. Move on.
You know, it's an interesting thing you say, because if you hang on those unattainable dreams and don't have realistic dreams,
Right.
that's a big drop-off for people.
Exactly, and you shut all the possibilities out because you've got your eye on the wrong place.
Okay, a couple personal questions, because you used to be a studio exec for Universal.
Right.
And I think you worked for Sony.
I worked for Sony.
Why'd you leave the entertainment business?
Because I was at that point in my life where I thought, well, I worked really hard to get where I really don't want to be, and I went through this process myself, and that's what my book, Traveling Hopefully, was about. I decided this is not where I want to put my focus and energy. I have another mission, and it sounds sort of lofty, but I felt like I've got some place on the planet, and that served its time. But I wanted to move on. I wanted to work one-on-one with people. I wanted to help people find that success.
It's not as glamorous as you think, is it?
No, you know that.
It's a business and it's a work. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
You're so
too.
logical and practical.
Right.
I like that about you, Libby.
Thank you.
Again, the title of Libby's book, the very charming Libby. It's called Traveling Hopefully, How to Lose Your Family Baggage and Jumpstart Your Life. And of course, you can pick up a copy of the book or the DVD entitled Coach Yourself to Success, where books and DVDs are sold. Also, check out Libby's new weekly column. It's in the Dallas Morning News on Mondays. Brenda?
All right, thanks, Gary.